Hey everyone, Jeff Lee here at NAB 2018. I'm with Jon Miller from Hive. We're taking a look at some brand new products. So last year you guys debuted the Wasp 100C. This year we got two new products. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Absolutely, yeah. So last year we debuted the first of our C-Series lights, the Wasp 100C. Here at NAB 2018, we're debuting both the Hornet 200C and the B50C. And so they both have the Omni-Color technology that we use with the Wasp 100C. So it's an Omni-Color light, by which we mean it has full white light control, all the way from 1650 to 8000 Kelvin, plus full saturation control. So all the kind of controls you'd expect from your color-changing panels, like what you see from Kino and Airy, Cineo, etc., many others, but now in a single point source, and now with two more brightness levels. So we have the 50C, which is sort of a 300 watt equivalent light, and we have our 200C, which is about a 1000 watt incandescent equivalent light, but with a single point source, full color range, and a huge swath of different optical accessories.
And one of the things that I noticed, of course, is that physically the size of the unit hasn't changed a lot, if anything at all, right? They've gotten longer, but not really any wider.
Exactly. So we've kept the exact same 4-inch diameter for all of them, and that's very much on purpose because we want you to be able to use ProPhoto mounting style accessories. That means you can use all of the ProPhoto family of hard reflectors and softboxes, but it also means it's really easy for you to add things like Elinchrom, Westcott, Chimera softboxes as well. What's also great about that form factor is it means that we're able to translate a lot of our own custom reflectors back and forth. So our super spot reflector works on all three lights. Our adjustable Fresnel works on all three lights. So a lot of accessories optically are already figured out. It makes it a really versatile tool. In terms of the length and weight, the B50C is our smallest light at only 1.5 pounds. The 100C is about 2.5 pounds. And then the 200C, while it's quite a bit brighter, double the output, it isn't actually much heavier. It's only an inch longer and about half a pound heavier at 3 pounds.
Wow, that's great. And same control surface, I looked at the back, right? The menu structure, the navigation is all the same. So familiar for anyone that already had a 100C.
Exactly. So we use the exact same UI on our Wasp 100C, on the 200C, and the 50C. So if you're familiar with that menu system, it's very similar. We use our perfect shot controls, that's saturation, hue, output, and color temperature, to control the 4 major levers that we can sort of pull to control the light output. We also have the same app that works on all 3 lights. So there's a Bluetooth app that's available on iOS devices, and it's free to download, and it allows you to use all the same controls wirelessly through your smartphone. And we also have wired DMX available on all the lights. On the new fixtures, the B50C and the Wasp 200C, because we believe there's going to be an extended range for that 200C because of the longer throw available with that higher output, and because the B50C is so portable, we wanted to make sure that you could have a range that was beyond Bluetooth. So we've also added a wireless DMX receiver through Lumen Radio.
Okay, and that's available on the 50 and the 200C currently only?
Correct. So it's initially available only on the current models of the new 200C and the new 50C.
Any plans to roll that into the 100C as an upgrade feature down the line?
So we are looking at that. We're definitely taking sort of feedback from both our current customers and potentially new customers on whether that's a feature that really is going to move the needle for them. There's probably going to be an increase in cost associated with it, so we haven't done it yet, but we're definitely interested in reaching out to our customers and hearing their thoughts.
Sure, perfect. And obviously, you know, one of the key pinnacles of when you guys design a LED is making sure that it's accurate, and you're looking at either CRI or the other metrics, right? You're consistent there as well between the 3 units.
Yeah, absolutely. So we really take our spectrum and our color gamut really seriously. So that's really what we look at. So there's a lot of different numbers that people can look at. What we think is most important is really that spectral distribution. Do you have a full spectrum? Do you cover that entire spectrum? Do you produce full rich white light? And then do you have a broad, accurate CCT range? And we really feel comfortable with that. The other thing that we look at is the full color gamut. How saturated are your colors? Where do they land on that color gamut? And are they in sort of these standards that we look at, like SMPTE Rec 709 and Rec 2020?
Copy that. And of course, you can't help but notice also that you guys have built in some effects as well. We can see some lights strobing behind us and flashing around. So can you talk a little bit more about some of the specialty stuff you've built into the software? Absolutely.
So one of the biggest requests we received as soon as we released the light was, can you do any of those effects? You know, there's a lot of really cool effects that came out from people like Quasar and Airy that we were really impressed by, and we wanted to make sure that our lights would stay consistent and be able to be used with those kind of lights. So we have added effects such as like a police car, lightning, paparazzi, television, etc. So a lot of sort of the standard effects. We're also going to have in our new firmware update some presets as well. So that means things like high pressure sodium and glow sticks and just sort of general lights that you'll find in the world that you might want to imitate with our broad color controls. And so we're going to have those available. That's going to roll out both pre-built into our 200C and our 50C, and it'll be available as a firmware upgrade for our existing 100C customers in June when the new lights ship.
That's fantastic. That's great. I mean, obviously, and you talked briefly upon this already, of course, the Pro Photo adapters, the Chimera speed box with the speed rings for the soft boxes, but also things like the Fresnel lenses and the even the ellipsoidal or the Leica style source 4 cell adapters.
Exactly. So because we're doing a single point source, because we're really interested in providing color changing hard light, which is a little bit different than most people with panels, it allows us to use a lot of classic light modifiers. So we made sure that we have an adjustable Fresnel, we have a PAR spot, we also have a what we call our super spot, which is sort of a deeper PAR spot that was really designed for the 200C, but also works for the 50 and the 100, creating a much tighter beam angle. And then we also have a LICO adapter that allows you to use a Source 4 mini LICO spot, which really is great for either throwing a pattern, cutting and shaping the light, or having a gobo on the wall for branding. It really allows for a lot of cool special effects on set in such a small form factor.
Right. So fantastic, versatile range that you guys have coming now from kind of the smaller spectrum that could even be camera mounted, all the way up to the 100, of course, and the 200 now kind of fixed installation, which is larger output.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to see that as well. So I'm sure one thing a lot of folks want to know is when is it available and how can I get it and how much?
Yeah, absolutely. So pricing and availability, the 100C is available right now. Also the 50C and the 200C, you can start placing pre-orders through our dealers now. Obviously AbelCine is one of them, so please contact your local AbelCine rep. But along those lines, they will be shipping in June. So our goal is to be shipping in June, placing, especially for the pre-orders that are being placed now during the NAB time. And then in terms of pricing, the 50C begins at around $600, and the 200C is going to begin around $1,800. And then obviously different accessories and different combinations will result in different pricing. But just to give you a sense of that, that really sort of means that your 50C is about $600 roughly, your WASP 100C is about $1,000, and your 200C is between $1,800 to $2,000. So we think it's a really nice price jump considering the output and really reasonable pricing for the kind of control you're going to get. So we hope that people are excited about it. But yeah, our goal is really to make sort of like the Swiss Army knives, the multi-tools for the lighting industry that are versatile for almost any set location, so we think it's a really great value.
Excited to see what else you guys come up with, but I just want to thank Jon for joining us again. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.